All right, folks, you remember this, don't you? Well, there are people that still support him, and my dentist happens to be one of them, Dr. Bill Zamorella. Now, not that I'm doing this just for him, but it really kind of plays into what I'm going to be doing tomorrow for Mike Pintek, who has been a supporter of the president since day one as well. I'll be filling in noon to 3, and this is what we're going to be talking about. So you have this president who's trying to make America great again, right? To rebuild our economy, reestablish jobs, and it is happening, even in the coal industry, but sometimes the mainstream media doesn't want to report it. So we're going to talk about some of the good things that he has done in the way of executive orders and how he is getting America going again and people headed in the right direction. But when you think of everything that he's dealing with, from ISIS to North Korea, obviously here in his own country, some natural disasters too, the aftermath of Harvey in Texas, where he visited it twice, and also recently now dealing with what's happening in the Caribbean and heading towards Florida, and even the governor of Florida, Rick Scott, very concerned about Hurricane Irma, still a Category 5 with winds of 180 miles an hour, and right now there are over 1 million people without electricity in Turks and Caicos in the Bahamas. So he's dealing with all of this. He's dealing with Kim Jong-un in Korea. He's dealing with the fighting that's going on between the war of words with Russia and President Ping in China. So this man obviously has his hands full. But when you think about some of the things that he has accomplished, like agriculture and natural gas being exported to China, something that no one ever thought was possible, there is a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel, and there is hope. And everything that I just mentioned, and obviously his problem with what he calls the fake news, he's dealing with people of his own party that really won't give him a helping hand. He stands alone in the nation's capital trying to accomplish business. So in reality, how much can this man accomplish? Well, tomorrow we're going to talk about, really, he can accomplish a lot. But it's time for the rest of the world to get on board this Trump train and start moving forward. So we're going to be debating all of that, you and I, via the phones, from noon until about 2 o'clock on the program. Wide open conversation. And obviously, the big story, Hurricane Irma, we're going to be following that with CBS Radio News throughout the day as well. And everything else that is trending in the award-winning KDK Radio Newsroom. We'll have the AccuWeather forecasts, of course, and then getting ready for the KDK Afternoon News. And being that he's a Pitt dental student, we got to talk about the Pitt-Penn State game. We'll have the latest on that with sports reports later in the day with Robert Mangino. And of course, I'm headed to the Brighton Hot Dog Shop tonight to talk to Jim Equals of the Beaver County Times. We're going to break it all down for you later tonight as well. So that's going to be happening on the program tomorrow. And one more note I have is a very special guest in the 2 o'clock hour. He is John Delano, KDK TV2 money editor and political analyst. So all of this stuff going to be discussed on the Mike Pintek Show, and I hope you join me. According to my dentist, it's a good sign. Rob Pratte for Mike Pintek, Friday, noon to 3 on News Radio 1020 KDK.